If you think the game is complete only because it's 5 years old, you are wrong. Forza Horizon 5 had some annoying things when it was first launched, and surprisingly, after all these years, they're still the same. We're talking about minor adjustments that developers never bothered with fixing. Let's start with the Overpowered AI. If you're a Forza Horizon player, then you must have had the same problem with this guy, Tegan. In online races, no matter how good your car is, if it catches the first place, he's never letting go. And the distance between you two becomes so huge that it's like he's driving a car from another class. And it doesn't end there. There's a glitch in the game that lets you use the Reezer hypercar in A class. But don't get excited yet, because if you do use it in a race, you will end up with a bunch of other hypercars also racing in A class. And how? Well, I don't know. I don't know how the Batista is in A class, or the McLaren Speedtail, or even the Koenigsegg 1. And even if you change it and put it on Anything Goes, you will be racing against a bunch of OP A class cars that make your hypercar look like a joke. Like this one right here. Guys, do you believe it? I'm being dominated by nothing other than the BMW Isetta. Like, how in hell is that even possible? Look at the gap. I can't do anything. It's too fast. You can tell for sure that the car is going faster than its capabilities in the game. But how's that working? I don't know. Maybe thanks to the Overpowered AI. And I wish this was the only problem. If you just decide to play offline, then you'll have to deal with the annoying drivatars. You know, they're called AI traffic, but oh my god, they're dumb as hell. If you jump in front of one of them, they can't change directions and they're only programmed for one thing, to go straight. And to make it even worse, if you ever block one of them, after trying so hard and slamming that throttle, when they can't go past you, they'll give up in a huff and just stand still like a statue, like it was my fault that they couldn't go into reverse. If you've been playing this game constantly since the first day, then you're cool, because you probably have all the new and hard to find cars in your garage. But if you ever miss any of those updates, then my friend, good luck trying to find one of those cars. You may think of the auction house as an option, but that's not very clever, and it can get so frustrating. And it's only because the auction house is the biggest issue in the game. It made a lot of players super rich and a lot of others super broke. You'll keep on searching and searching for hours and none will show up. And one time when you're lucky enough to find one, another guy manages to snipe it 2 milliseconds before you. And even if that didn't happen, it'll cost around 20 million. Now, how can you earn that 20 million? Well, if it was only 120 million, I would have said easily. But we're dealing with more than 900 cars in the game, that 100 of those will cost you around 2 billion credits if you want to buy them in the auction house. Sorry my friends, there's nothing you can do about it. They can! What? I said they can! They can? Yes, it's Cactus, man! Of course! How did I forget about that? Guys, don't worry. If it's credits that you're looking for or any of the cars in the game, you can always use Mitch Cactus. They offer the best deals for all kinds of services in the game, like unlimited skill points and super Wheelspins that are so hard to get after the latest update. Why spend ages to level up in the game when you can do it with 2 simple clicks? And with more than 10,000 positive reviews on Trustpilot, you're still thinking about whether to use it or not? Go ahead, the link is in description. What are you waiting for? Having played Forza Horizon for years, playing in snowy conditions, despite its difficulties and issues, was a good experience. In the 4th installment of the series, we had rain, dry season, and winter that gave us the feeling that we're actually playing a game with dynamic weather. However, instead of improving, they decided to take a step back. Now, in Forza Horizon 5, if you want to see snow, you have to travel to the highest part of the map on top of a mountain. They must have seen that coming when they chose Mexico as a location for this game. But that's not the only issue. There are still some weather conditions in the game left unused. It's unlikely for you to see something like heavy rain while playing in free roam, unless you're in a race with extreme conditions. And don't even get me started on those long nights that take forever, like when in the North Pole or something. Most of us like the game because it's in between simulation and arcade. Now, for those who like it simple, there's an issue that's killing your game and making you super slow. I'm talking about the automatic transmission. They put it for comfort, but it's been bringing us nothing other than discomfort. In the middle of a race, when everything's so intense and you're counting on every single millisecond, the automatic transmission starts acting stupid. Even my grandma knows the car needs a downshift here, but the automatic transmission keeps doing what it thinks is best to make you lose the freaking race. So every time I need a downshift, I have to brake, sacrifice a second or two, try building that momentum, only to see it get ruined again by an early upshift. And if you think we're done, you were wrong. The next issue is something that we can all relate to. The cursed wheelspin. A game with hundreds of cars, and I get socks? I swear, the wheelspin is coded to know when I need money, then it gives me a horn instead. And they're not easy to get. Seriously, after the Peel Trident was patched along with many other cars, Super Wheelspins became history. And when you get one, there's a high chance that you will end up with the silliest rewards ever. They ain't worth it anymore. I mean, I feel sorry for those PlayStation players, because they're so excited, but they don't know what's waiting for them. And these ain't the only issues that the players are dealing with in the game. There's also other things like online instabilities and those multiplayer races. Like, some are playing for clean racing and accomplishments. Others play it like they're in Fast and Furious 27. And we're not waiting for them to be fixed because they became a part of the game now. And we all know that the developers are busy fixing much more important stuff in the game instead of these. So yeah, sometimes it gets really frustrating. But still, we love this game. Yay!